center circle, ready to get this one going, and it will go to the Sun Devils. Defense, always a major focus for Charlie Turner Thorne's teams. They come in knowing they've got to get back. They've got to play some three-point defense, especially. Utah has been doing very well behind the arc. And the Utes' big focus, rotation, but communication in the defensive rotation as well.
And Denisha Provo for Utah said, you know, I think that Arizona State is probably the best defensive team in the conference, and it's going to take our younger players a minute to settle in against them.
And there's Riley Richardson with the first three of the ball game. This is a team that only averages 5 threes per game, but Riley Richardson and company, they've been kicking that number up quite a bit because they have hit some big-time threes when their teams needed it.
And Riley Richardson knew coming into this season she had to take on a bigger role. We know that she can distribute the ball, but
she's been kind of in and out of the rotation this season, and she's a difference maker in what the others can do, having her in there. Provo down to Pendande, working hard inside and good. Lola Pendande, a tough force if she gets that low in the paint.
She has said, my game, I am powerful and I am dominant. So you know if she catches the ball inside, she's going to try to go up with power.
First points of the game for the freshman out of Spain. And she is matched up with Jatavia Tapley, the senior transfer from USC. Russell, the pick and roll, Tapley, and the finish. Keeps it up high and good.
Beautiful pick and roll play from Arizona State. And that goes back to mention the defensive rotation from Utah that you talked about earlier, Krista. There has to be communication on those plays.
Well, Jatavia Tapley is a player whose numbers have just increased because her role in this team as a starter inside has really been relied upon. As there's help D dropping down, it ends up in the hands of Tapley, and Arizona State looking to push. Good help by Robbie Ryan. She'll take the three, nothing but net. Robbie Ryan, her family in the stands, making the trip out of Wyoming. And she gives their Sun Devils a 6-point lead. Gilton on the drive. That's what she's been doing. Starts with her defense and then creating offense at the other end. And nothing like a player starting against Arizona. Had 21 last weekend in the game on Sunday against Cal, and she gets both free throws.
Moving into the point guard spot. Last season, she had her other guard, Erica Bean, and it's been new for her to play at the 1.
Couple of subs coming in. Here's Iris Umbalito. She'll bring it up at 6'1", the sophomore out of Spain, a good friend of Lola Pendande's. She and Taya Hansen, number 0 in black for Arizona State, as Van Hepte on the drive gets fouled by Torres.
Why we see her at the free throw line.
And the first free throw, no good. This is a player averaging 5 seniors, so even though they have that group of seniors we've talked about, they have a lot of young players playing in different roles this year that played behind some seniors, especially on the interior.
You know, that's the thing you talk about her, Taya Hansen, even Iris Umbalito. We are seeing more minutes from them this season than we did last.
Oh, it was a great idea by Gilton to try to get it in quickly. A lot of players coming in on the rotation, fresh legs. Give it your all, and then you get a breather. Umbalito continues to bring it up. She's guarded by Provo. Rudin calling for it, matching up against Torres. Help D from Pendande, almost a takeaway from Walker. Hansen ends up with it and then throws it to Provo. Utah looking to push. Pendande and Rudin fighting.
Could have been decided by 2 points. It's very back and forth.
Sometimes there's just that matchup and a style that you play better against, and this seems to be one of those, although last year's teams were very different teams compared to this year. Shot clock to 10. Utah needs a bucket. Gilton, guarded by Umbalito, gonna try to drive it in, scoops it up, no good, as Umbalito stayed bodied up with Drew Gilton. And now the Sun Devils will run. Richardson sticks it. Riley Richardson connecting on threes on both sides of the court. She has already in this one 6 points. Perfect 2 for 2 as Provo drives the left side up and good.
Really great take to the basket from Denisha Provo. Went up with the right hand to draw that separation from Arizona State's defense.
Senior out of Nova Scotia, Canada. Gets the starting nod. Hansen using the screen and money. Who said Arizona State's not a big three-point shooting team? They've already connected now on 4 of them, and they are perfect. 4 for 4. They only average 5 a game.
Well, they're on track for like 16.
Gerard Gilton continues to attack the interior. But right now, the Utes trading 2s for 3s. Got to get some defense out beyond the perimeter. And if you're Arizona State, you want the hot hands to keep going. Rudin in the high post. There's Walker now in the high post. Ebony Walker with a nice soft touch at the free throw line.
And, well, I was just going to say, knowing that Lola Pendande is going to come far out of the lane, Walker went a little bit higher on that play and was able to get an open jumper.
Quick shot from Provo. High archer, no good. Arizona State out pushing. Hansen trying to run the court. Walker instead lays it up. I think that pass was intended for Hansen, but Walker came flying in with the trail.
She said, I want back-to-back buckets.
That's right. She'll get it. 4 points for Ebony Walker, who's checked in. Maxwell steps back and sticks it. Brenna Maxwell. That's what she does well. Injury, she's had ankles, you name it. And so they're not going to take any chances. She was gimping just a little bit after that one. So she'll come out. Provo. Toss to the court. Shot no good. It'll go the other direction. Sun Devils trying to push. Sydney Caldwell's checked in. Ball in her hands right now. 21 in black. Freshman out of Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. Jatavia Tapley back in on the interior. She replaces Jamie Rudin as Tapley loses the ball. And the Utes will push. Outrunning, Kiana Moore has come in. Fast break opportunity, and the senior sticks it.
Drew Gilton does such a great job of waiting till the last second to draw over the second defender on a fast break and get her teammate open for a layup.
Yeah, you're right. And she's that player that they know can take it in and drive, and so they stay with her. And then at the last minute, she finds the open player. Kimry Martinez also checked in. Mo Corbin for the Utes, as the paint has been collapsed upon, and now Arizona State with the shot clock down to 3. Left corner shot no good from Russell, and it comes down to Utah. 6-point lead for the Sun Devils. Provo cut off at the baseline. Good defense by Arizona State. Mo Corbin one-on-one and good. Takes it right at Jade Van Hefty and sticks it.
And that was great defense from Van Hefty. She stuck with Corbin the whole time, but Corbin able to go up with some strength on that right side.
4-point game as Kiki Russell assesses the situation, guarded by Kiana Moore. Tapley trying to get some room, gets it but can't hit it. Great second effort by Van Hefty, blocked by Martine, out of bounds off Utah.
Really averages more offensive boards than she does defensive boards for Arizona State.
Yeah, you could see she knows where to go as soon as the shot's up, and Riley Richardson knows when to take the jumper. Riley Richardson is perfect from the floor, 3 of 3 shooting behind the arc.
So she averages 9 points a game, and she's got 9 with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that is a great thing for the Sun Devils and a not so great thing for the Utes. Provo left side, can't hit it. Long rebound. Corbin tracks it down. A second chance for Utah. Martine drives it up and does not finish. Had the layup on the left side, and there's a ball fake from Robbie Ryan and a box out. Too much on it. Cleaning it up on the weak side, though, is Walker.
I mean, Arizona State, they're 14th in the nation in O boards. They average 15 a game. So if you're Utah, you know once that ball goes up, I have to find a body and box out.
Shot off the mark for Kimry Martine, who's been so good as of late. As Walker runs the floor, posts up, and Lynn Roberts frustrated.
Points. So we'll see if she can get going a little bit.
Talking to the officials is Charlie Turner Thorne, and he's making sure that they are aware as Rudin is back in for the Sun Devils. That's a great sign. Subs on. Pendande back out. Here's Torres, guarded by Walker. Becker has some length over Robbie Ryan, tries to use it, can't get the finger roll. Well, that's a shot that needs to go for the Utes.
Utah's getting opportunities at the rim, they're just not converting.
Robbie Ryan, guarded by a much longer Nia Becker. Richardson, who has 9 points already, into Rudin. She and Pendande, what a matchup this has been. as Rudin loses her footing, and they're calling a double dribble for the Utes this year. They average 15 turns a game. And scrappy defensive teams like this, they're forcing referees here today. Using the screen, Richardson's shot no good. Tapley comes flying in. Jatavia Tapley gets fouled. That clock with 1:13 left in the first quarter. This is a long lineup with Umbalito in there. Inside as well as Tapley. Tapley and Pendande getting some help from Torres, and she was close. Lola Pendande gets tripped up, and the foul's going to go.
Better job in this game of boxing out.
Yep, you're right. Got to find bodies. Not easy to do. Such an active Arizona State team when they don't have the ball in their hands. 10-5 rebounding differential. Under a minute left in the first quarter. Maxwell trying to get some space. Little hesitation. Finally does. Left hand layup. Good. Brenna Maxwell. They need more of that. She has 4 points. Ball thrown.
Maxwell is something we don't typically see from her. We think of her and we think of three-point shooting, but she has said that in high school she had to be more of an attacking sort of guard, and since moving into the college game she's been able to really shoot it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and getting it done inside as Becker's layup just short once again. And it allows Arizona State a final look here to finish up the first quarter. Richardson calling out the play. Walker up high. Clock down to 5. Rudin back to Richardson. She wants it. Who's going to take it? Umbalito. One too many passes and a out.
Yeah, right now they're being out-rebounded 11-5.
But love the effort by Arizona State. That second and third effort that gives them this lead as we start the second quarter. Pendande, a mismatch inside, and she makes them pay. Lola Pendande has been fighting hard inside. She has 4 points. She's had some tough matchups with the length inside of the Sun Devils, and that switch she was able to take advantage of. The miss by Walker and a better box out by the Utes.
But Ebony Walker is getting that little mid-range jump shot kind of whenever she wants it.
Ooh, Drew Gilton. And a little bit of a
long, and Drew Gilton was able to lob it into Lola Pendande.
Yeah, it took a perfect pass, and at the other end, the foul against Drew Gilton. And to finish off the first quarter, Amanda, it was a 6-0 Utah run. They were starting to surge, but then a 7-2 Arizona State run got them right back up and securing that lead. Just when you think you're chipping away, it's like this every single game in the Pac-12. Every team capable of going on runs.
Well, and like you mentioned, right now, Utah's kind of trading 2s for 3s.
Russell takes the jumper, shot clock winding down, no good. And the Utes out running. Sun Devils, a team with 5 seniors, but a team that graduated 4 key seniors, 3 starters, and size on the interior. So a lot of players stepping up. Van Hefty, one of those. She played the majority of last year against Kiana Ibis. And so now as a starter, taking on a much bigger responsibility.
Well, this is a team with a legitimate depth. So whatever 5 players on the floor, they know, okay, I can give it my all, and I've got a teammate that can come in and give it their all for me to get some water.
Walker, a little circus shot, trying to draw some contact, doesn't get the whistle, and she almost had a chance of making it as Gilton is picked up by Russell. And Maxwell, tough, especially on the defensive end, and they struggled a bit in the first quarter, but came out a 21-9 second quarter. They had 7 threes in that one, and they're trying to catch up to that here. 5 of 5 behind the arc. Rudin back in, high screen, tries the pick and roll. Here's Van Hefty. And now Richardson, guarded by Provo, calling out the play call. Rudin. Baseline, little floater is good. Jamie Rudin, the senior. She is instant offense when she comes in. Again, her minutes are limited because of her various injuries that she's had, but wow, she can still hurt you. Maxwell kind of rattles that one in, a much needed hoop for the Utes.
You know, thinking back to that play that Arizona State just had, though, it was first a beautiful pick and roll with Riley Richardson and Jamie Rudin, but then to be so aware that Tanisha Provo was sliding over, get a little pump fake, easy bucket.
Rudin can't hit it, but Van Hefty, another chance, and that hurts. You missed that O-board. And the box out, and Riley Richardson is on fire, 4 of 4 behind the arc. She has 12 points.
Krista, all 12 of those points are from 3.
Yeah. And 8-0 second chance points. It's that second chance effort, and there's Torres on the drive. Good to see Andy Torres getting involved. Her first points of the ball game. Good patience by the Sun Devils using the screens. Umbalito can't find an opening inside. And she'll call the play and get some spacing. Pretty impressive when you can step out at 6'1" and run the point. Oh, high to low, Van Hefty to Rudin.
It was great position from Rudin. She got Lola Pendante caught on her back and had her hand held up for a couple seconds like, toss it to me, toss it to me.
An 11-point Arizona State lead. Gilton guarded by Umbalito. 10 on the shot clock. Pendante and Rudin continue to battle it out in the post. Torres, quick shot, right corner, sticks it. Andy Torres, 5 points for her. And the Utes could use more of that.
She moved into Utah's starting lineup at the beginning of conference play, and Coach Roberts said, you know, I really wanted someone who had had significant Pac-12 minutes in the game to kind of lead the other freshmen on the team.
Oh, wow. Keep the follow through. Riley Richardson. There is something about this court, Amanda, that she loves, and she is perfect. 5 of 5 from three-point land.
You know, she told us yesterday at practice, we don't really think too much about what's the other team going to do. You know, we prepare for them, but we have to just play our games.
She has multiple options that are capable of doing just that. And even though she's been on fire, the team hitting 7 threes, Utah right in this one. They've got to get some stops, though, at the other end, as Gilton, just enough space, can't hit it. And rebound down to the Sun Devils. The biggest lead of the game has been 11 by Arizona State. Utah still within reach as Tapley muscles her way in and good. Jatavia Tapley has 4 points. She's been fairly quiet, but she hasn't really had to work quite as hard inside considering what her teammates are doing outside.
She's like, Riley, if you want to shoot that 3 ball, 3's worth more than 2. But Arizona State,
that's right,
they're a perfect 4 of 4 on their last 4 field goal attempts.
And there's a much needed 3 by the Utes. Andy Torres, she has 8 points. Always a good sign when Andy Torres gets going for Utah.
You know, talk about the 3 ball. She's knocked down 2 of 2, and the 3-point line in recent, especially in conference play, has been an area that she has struggled.
Wrestled back and forth between she and Tapley. Shot just flat. And Gilton will bring it up. 3:33 left here in the first half. An 8-point Sun Devil lead. Gilton continuing to drive, can't get it. And rebound down to Caldwell. Sydney Caldwell, a freshman out of Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, and a number 28 recruit coming in to Tempe. Oh, quick pass by Tapley. She's got great hands and a great look. Over the championship in a row. Last season as a senior. 4-time state champ.
To Arizona State, you know it's about team, winning, and culture. Ebony Walker knows about that.
She sure does. A lot about the culture, yeah. And hanging out with Kiki Russell. It's always about who we are before what we do. And culture and character, big part of what she's built in her 23rd season. Utah needs a run. Shot no good. And Richardson brings it down. She'll look to push, guarded by Kiana Moore, who's checked back in. Senior day here. She and Denisha Provo will be honored after this one. And another whistle. Just the first personal on Kiana Moore. Double top! Walker in the lane, shot short. There's Van Hefty keeping it alive.
She just knows that they're going to crash the basket.
Yeah, it's so difficult to do when you have those players that just have that radar as to where to go. Olamaki Rotz checked in for Utah, 35 in white. She's guarding Ebony Walker. Robbie Ryan. She's been quiet, but there's another three. Robbie Ryan, perfect 2 for 2 behind the arc.
She's been quiet, but she said, shh, I got this.
Quiet the crowd, and shout out to her family. Some Sun Devil fans have made the trek. Skip pass all the way across to Provo. Shot is short. Pindande tries to save it. Can't do it. It's going to go the other direction.
Her family here watching her today.
Dad Bill, Mom Kim. Walker continues to work hard on the high post. Here's Ryan using the screen, flicks it up, and good. Love that quick flick of the wrist of Robbie Ryan, and now she's up to 8 points. That we talked about balanced scoring, Amanda, and variety of different players contributing to this scoring total. Long three, good. Kiana Moore getting into the 3-point barrage. 8 made threes for Arizona State, 4 made threes for the Utes. And a takeaway. Provo was part of it. Makurat ends up with it. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. A 10-point ball game and a lead by Arizona State. Gilton down to the left corner. Moore, is she feeling it? Yes, she is. The senior, Kiana Moore, back-to-back 3 balls. And the Utes pull within 7. Nice little run for Utah prior to the time to the break. High to low, Tapley, spin move, no good. Wanted the foul, not going to get it. And the Utes a chance to chip away at this deficit even more on this 6-0 run. Clock down to 5. Gilton. And a tough will most likely get the ball and does. Guarded by Kiana Moore. Can she get past her? Gets a step up and just off the front of the rim. Again, she knows that's not their bread and butter, and so they have to make sure that's not always going to be the case for their team. The defense has to be there, and that's always the focus, Amanda, with Charlie Turner-Thorne.
And you heard her say, you know, our rotations. Ooh, as Riley Richardson, I thought she was going to connect on another 3. But, you know, you heard her say that our rotations got a little messed up with the foul trouble that we had in that first half. So I would expect that we will see a different defensive performance from Arizona State in quarters 3 and 4.
Denisha Provo was open, but skipped it over to Brina Maxwell, and Maxwell's shot goes long. Robbie Ryan, and she's got the range, but steps to Utes. It'll be Torres. When you have seniors, you have high expectations, and you expect a lot from them. Oh, great anticipation by Jatavia Tapley. She takes it up and scores. That was just a miscue for the Utes, and great read by Tapley.
Oh, fantastic anticipation and the speed that she's able to get down the court with at 6'3". Riley Richardson told us, you know, she runs like a guard.
Yeah, she plays like a guard, no doubt. And we just saw why. And there's Tapley trying to tip it off the hands of Maxwell. Trying to get the inbound is Torres. And a lot of black jerseys. Provo comes down with it. I don't know how she got that one, Amanda.
Well, that's what Arizona State does, is they're able to congest your offense so that you're stuck on one side of the floor. Utah has yet to move the ball to the left side on that possession.
Gilton.
And the block from Tapley using her length.
Maxwell running the inbound play perfectly. Brenna Maxwell adds to her total. She has 7. You gotta love it when the inbound play. Wow, Umbalito, just a little hesitation, got her open, but she cannot finish. That's a layup she'd like to have back. Provo picked up by Umbalito. Provo using the Pendande screen and ring it up. Tanisha Provo, her first 3 of the ball game. She's got 5 points. Kiki Russell on the drive draws the contact.
Obviously didn't end last year where they wanted, but she said for us to be able to get the win today, it would kind of mean overcome it.
Yeah, absolutely. First free throw good for Russell, second off the mark. This game back on January 4th against Arizona State. And at the time, Provo was averaging 13 points per game. She had started 13 games for the Utes. And there's good D by Tapley, knocking it off the floor like this. Not going Lynn Roberts and the Utes' way. Robbie Ryan back in as well for the Sun Devils. Richardson guarded by Provo momentarily, and then Torres with a takeaway. Gilton. And Maxwell trying to get some spacing. He a teammate with Lola Pendande and good friends. Got to spend a little bit of time together last night. Oh, great takeaway. Tapley. And then Gilton right back at you with the steal.
Anticipation from Drew Gilton to not give up on the play. You know, looks like it was just going to be a Utah turnover and another chance for Arizona State to score.
In this one, but now connecting on another one and kind of climbing their way back in. They have pulled within 3, down by 13 at one time in this one. Umbalito at the point. Kiki Russell, left corner, sticks it. Nothing but net for Russell. And her first made field goal of the game, and she has 4 points.
You know, Charlie Turner-Thorne talked to us about both Kiki Russell and Riley Richardson, and she said, I have 2 seniors and guards on the floor that play with a sense of urgency that translates over to the rest of the team.
Skip to Provo. From the corner, no good. Russell was there, almost got the rebound, and instead Torres.
Back to the defensive rotations that have been a point of emphasis for Utah all season long.
Russell, one of 5 seniors for Arizona State out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, only averages 5 points per game. She is much more an assist, a rebounding kind of guard, and a defensive juggernaut kind of player. Skip out to Provo, second chance, sticks it. Now, second effort by Utah paying off. Back up to a 3-point Arizona State lead. Umbalito guarded by Gilton. Steps back to call out the play. Ryan trying to lose Provo and does for a second. And the rebound down to Tanisha Provo. As she thought she got pushed, they play on. Maxwell. Oh, what a great look as she draws 2 defenders and then dumps it down to Torres. And a smile on Torres' face as Annie Torres now with 10 points, and it's a 1-point game.
Phenomenal vision from Brenna Maxwell.
Robbie Ryan, shot no good, boxed out by Torres, and a chance for the Utes to take their first lead of the ballgame. They have yet to lead in this game. Well, Corbin back in at the high post. Maxwell. Money. Brenna Maxwell. Nothing but net, and Utah takes the first lead of the game.
And she yells out to her teammates, let's go. Utah with some momentum.
Umbalito in the lane. Finds Tapley. Tapley's shot bounces around, and Kiki Russell always one of the first ones there. Instead, it's Drew Gilton. And Russell is still down, Amanda.
here in this second half.
We'll see what Charlie Turner-Thorne and her staff has drawn up coming out of this timeout. Want to regain their lead, I'm sure, as they were up by double digits in this one. Umbilito, she's been up top quite a bit for the Sun Devils. What a versatile player she is. Now guarded by Provo. An unselfish play, dishes it off to Rudin, the assist to Umbilito.
Just really smart play to drive in on the left side and once again draw two defenders over before trying to attempt the pass.
6 points for Rudin as Taya Hansen's checked in, tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with Utah.
He waits until both Utah defenders have their focus and eyes on her, which left Rudin open for the layup.
Rudin with 6 points. Maxwell guarded momentarily by Richardson. The kick out to Torres. She's been hot and stays hot. Andy Torres with 3. She's 3 of 4 behind the arc. And that ties a season high for Andy Torres at 13. Had that earlier against Oregon State, and it's an 8-0 Utah run. We talked about runs earlier in this ball game. It's typical in the Pac-12 that teams can get hot and go in stretches as Richardson. Good read and losing the defense.
But I just think back, you know, granted it was a different team, but regardless of what the score is, you can never really kind of think that you've got enough of a lead against this Arizona State team. Yep. They fight till the end, and they usually pull off the win.
Oh, they certainly do. Umbilito tries to go one-on-one. Torres gets the block. 1 point Utes lead. And Gilton will slow things down a bit. Mo Corbin, pick and roll, and she gets it. A good read of what the defense did there. Utah up by 3.
And what Arizona State has been so great at doing throughout this game, which is rotating and knowing, okay, said person moved to this side, I need to move here. There was just miscommunication on that possession.
Richardson tries the 3, can't get it. And they try to save it, but and a good sign as Russell's back in for Arizona State. She guards the ball. And Drew Gilton. Nia Becker's checked in for Utah. Oh, almost a steal by Richardson. Maxwell able to regain her composure and gets the quick shot up, and it's the largest lead of the game for the Utes, up by 5.
And Brenna's up to 15 points. She needs no space to get her shot off.
Such a quick release. Oh, pretty look, and 1.
And Ebony Walker up over Lola Pendande.
3-point play by Walker. Great production by her off the bench, and she has 11 points. Becker stays with it. And a quick shot rattles in and out. Pendande, weak side, and knocked out of her hands by Tapley. And this crowd livid. There's a little pushing and shoving inside. No whistle. They play on. Under a minute left in the third quarter. Robbie Ryan with a big bucket, and they pull within 1.
This is an incredibly competitive game, and it's almost like the officials are letting them play a little bit.
Gilton almost losing it. Got to get it across midcourt. Guarded by Russell. Becker. That 3 is good. Nia Becker giving the assist to Drew Gilton.
Utah's made 7 of their last 9 shots, and Drew Gilton is so fantastic at that no-look pass. She's up to 10 assists.
10 assists for Drew Gilton, and Robbie Ryan shot just short. They needed that one. And a scrum at the middle of the court, and they'll say the Utes came up with it. 3 on the clock. Gilton. And just raises the front of the...
This Utah team gets hot from the outside. They can just go off. It's been a combination of Brenna Maxwell, Andy Torres, Denisha Provo, and even Nia Becker knocking down one from the outside.
And we also said it takes a team effort to beat a team like Arizona State because of the kind of scores they have, such balanced scoring. all across the board. We'll see if the Sun Devils have some answers here in quarter number 4. It's a perfect example of what Pac-12 play has been all season long. Robbie Ryan's shot is short, batted around, and Arizona State forces the jump ball.
This is a spot that Utah has been in game after game, you know, right there. And they have talked about, we have to finish. Will they be able to do it on senior day?
They would like to, as Martine has checked in. She's running the point, guarded by Russell. Kiana Moore back in. Becker just hit a big 3 earlier before the break. Tried to get the shot off. Instead, it's in the hands of Pendande, and they'll say jump ball. And now it goes the other.
So first, Becker goes up with the pass. Then the shot no good on the first one from Pendande. And the second, they'll call a jump ball. But I think, you know, being a freshman and still honestly getting a feel of the game in Pac-12 play, when you have so many players collapsing on you, one of your teammates is going to be open. And I think that in the future, we'll see a little bit more awareness from Lola.
Yeah. A lot of ball for certain that the Sun Devils were able to get on a couple of those plays. There's Tapley. She's been quiet, but you can bet they're going to look to her more here in this quarter. She averages 12 points per game, and now just up to 6. Boy, how quiet has she been? Up to 8, rather, for Jatavia Tapley.
She sparked, you know, 7 straight points in the fourth quarter for Arizona State against Colorado, and that's...
Kiana Moore to the stripe, senior out of Fairfield, California, and can't connect last year.
Well, and those starts came after Denisha Provo tore her ACL, so she really filled that spot. She was 6th man off the bench and stepped up for Utah.
Hits the second, and the lead up to 3. Good movement by Robbie Ryan without the basketball. Thought about it and kicks it down. Umbalito back in, guarded by Becker. Ball tapped around into the hands of Torres. It's gotten definitely more physical here in this second half. Torres, aggressive drive and finish, used her body, finished, and switched to her right hand at the last second. And Torres with 15 points, and she has surpassed her season high of 13.
And she does so much on the floor for Utah, whether it's off the ball, setting.
It's made the difference. Andy Torres, new season high. She's got 15 points. She's been big this half.
Yeah, both her and Brenna Maxwell, both of them have 15. So combined, 30 of Utah's 64 points.
Kimmy Martine running the point, gets past her defender, but cannot finish. And that's the kind of play that she's got to figure out how to finish on as she's guarding Russell, and Russell takes it right out.
To go up with strength, especially on those layups.
She got popped in the mouth. Drew Gilton will come back in as the emotional leaders for this team. And she gets both free throws.
And having her back, you know, she said, when I know I have Kiki out there, either of us can get the ball, we can bring it up the court.
Yeah, they missed her in those games where she was out, missing 5 games, kind of spread out through between non-conference and in conference play. Didn't have her for the Oregon series earlier, which is a big one. But Russell with 6 points, getting a little offense too. Maxwell using the screen, long rebound. Pendande can't save it. 3-point Utah lead. Plenty of time left. This game can go any direction. We've had both teams on a series of runs.
And like we mentioned earlier, the last 4 meetings between these two teams have been decided by 2 points. We're seeing that same sort of game play out this afternoon.
Pendande thought she had all ball. Jade Van Hefty to the stripe. And she misses the first, the sophomore. Scrappy effort you'll get from Jade Van Hefty. And 1 for 2 from the line. A lead.
And Tapley has yet to attempt a free throw this afternoon. She leads the team in free throws made and attempted. So I'll be curious to see if down the stretch we see her kind of attacking the basket a little bit more, trying to find a way to the line.
She's definitely been more active in the second half because the threes haven't been falling quite the same way, as Walker's going to get a little trickery on the inbound play, and it was Provo open. 4-point Utah lead.
All eyes were on the shooter, Brenna Maxwell, going over to that left side corner, which left Provo open on the block.
Richardson's been quiet this half and tried to shake.
All right, just give me the ball.
Provo with 10 points on senior day. She's been a big impact player at both ends as Richardson tries to lose her there and can't get it. Tapley keeps it alive for Arizona State. Another offensive rebound. 7th of the game for Arizona State. Shot no good. Down to Gilton. And Gilton picked up immediately, brought by Ebony Walker. Arizona State trying to stay in the mix as
all the teams in the conference are just so important with Pac-12 seedings right around the corner.
Yeah, they are crucial. They're going to determine a lot. Russell almost a takeaway from Gilton. Torres tried baseline, not there. They go into Pendande at her feet, has to get the shot off. A good defensive sequence and stop by the Sun Devils. Tapley high to low, partially blocked by Torres.
Do that because the 3-ball was going down, but since then Arizona State struggled a little bit from the outside, so it's going to be points in the paint that will really be the difference.
At the screen and a little too much contact to Denisha Provo, who went toppling. 5 minutes left in the game and a 4-point Utah lead. Arizona State forcing a turnover with their defensive pressure. You know, they've done this before and they've been able to come back. So when you've got experience, it will carry you so far.
That's the thing is this Arizona State team, they've been in this position time and time again. Riley Richardson told us, you know, at some point in the game, me and Charlie will make eye contact.
And there is Richardson out up top, in and out, did everything but fall, and a jump ball. It's going to go to 5 made threes. Not the case here in the second.
Look at the effort. Walker, first she crashed the boards and was able to tie it up for the jump ball, and then to get the steal and give the Sun Devils a chance to score again.
Robbie Ryan had an open look but could not stick it. A break for the Utes. You're right. Ebony Walker has come to play today. 11 points for her, but it's her defense and what she's been doing that's really standing out. Maxwell guarded by Richardson. As the pass to Gilton. It's for Drew today. As the first free throw is good, 3 of 3 from the stripe, but
and I think of a facilitating guard. She can score, but she's so great at distributing.
Rattles in both free throws and extends the lead up to 6. Richardson hands it off to Russell. Ryan using the screen, can't get the shot to go, tipped around. It will go to the time left in this one, 3:50 on the clock.
And it's not a high-scoring fourth quarter. Utah only outscoring Arizona State 7-5.
Yeah. And there's been a few turnovers, some stops in play. Gilton trying to shake. Russell draws the D, dishes it up. Pendande with the bucket. Give another assist to Drew Gilton.
A new career high, 12 assists for Drew Gilton in Utah's final home game.
Richardson, contact, no whistle, but with the finish. That's a pretty play to the left.
You know, down 6, there's plenty of time for this Arizona State team. They don't need a lot to make a run. They're fast, and if they want to score, they can do it in transition.
They sure can. Oh, high screen, a lot of contact. Strape. And gets the first. Gets both free throws. So now Gilton up to double digits. She's got a double-double. 10 points and a new career high in assists with 12. And it's an 8-point lead for the Utes. It's their largest of the ball game. Sun Devils need a hoop. Richardson thought about it. Robbie Ryan tries to work it in, and Tapley gets fouled. Good work and effort by opportunity here after transferring from USC. And how much the coaches and the players have had confidence in her.
She leads Arizona State in a lot of different categories. It's scoring, rebounding, free throws. She's second in steals, field goal percentage. She kind of does a little bit of everything.
Yeah. She sticks the free throws. Tapley up to 10 points. It's a 6-point ball game. 2.5 left. Sun Devils trying to get their 20th win on the season, and the Utes are trying to play a spoiler here on Senior Day as a takeaway by Tapley, and there she is doing it at the defensive end too. Russell, Ryan all by herself. Can she hit it? Too much on it. Long rebound. Tapley, another chance for the Sun Devils. They don't have to have a 3. It's a 2-possession game. They just need a score. For their last 7 field goal attempts. Make it 8. A quick passing. Walker follows it. Scoops it up, and she'll get free throw.
To never give up on it.
Yeah. And the free throw good for Ebony Walker. She's had a very impressive game and gets both free throws. Walker up to
Lost on last-second plays.
It's so hard to take. Great effort and comeback. It's the greatest way to win, in my opinion, and the toughest way to lose. And the Utes would love to work some clock here and try to hang on, but not easy against a very good, scrappy defensive team, Provo. And the long pass, high to low. Nice idea, Arizona State.
And, you know, a turnover is what really cost Utah the chance to tie up the ball game last time these two teams met.
You're absolutely right. Let's see what the Sun Devils can do. Tapley, she's been good in this second half. So quiet in the first. Robbie Ryan, the crossover, trying to draw contact, can't get it, misses the layup. That's a big-time rebound. And here's Pendande to the line. First free throw attempt of the game is under a minute left. Shot no good for Ryan. Tipped around. It's going to stay with Arizona State. At that end with Arizona State. And they get it to Tapley on the inbound. Here's Russell looking for Richardson. Shot just short. Walker, offensive rebound. She gets another chance. In and out, and a huge rebound for Lola Pendande. As up here. Torres gets it into Provo, and Ryan decides to go ahead and foul quickly. Watches film. Took her to the gym, worked out with her in the gym.
Put in since coming back from her ACL injury. And we're seeing more and more consistent play from her as the season continues.
But they got her back. Then she missed the first 8 games. They got her back. It was January when she sustained that injury, so it's not easy coming back this quickly as Russell gets a little space, can't get the shot to go. Rebound down to Torres. And if the Utes can hang on here, this is going to be a big-time victory for Utah on Senior Day. Taking down number 21, Arizona State. A big hug for Denisha Provo. And this crowd on their feet. The Utes will move to 6-10 in conference. Inbound to Richardson, sticks the 3, and with .6